Paano yung real world application na binabanggit ninyo? Your actual application yan. Let's say nagsimula na po sa April 14. I understand na isa po sa mga pinapatawag ninyo si Ramil Madriaga. Okay? Mabigat po yung kanyang mga aligasyon dito sa Vice President. So, walk us through what would probably happen based on what you told us, no? Kunwari humarap na itong si Ramil Madriaga. Paano magiging pagtatanong sa kanya? How would you clarify the allegations?
Well, this is a clarificatory hearing, Christian, no? We are not supposed to raise so many follow-up questions. What is important is for Ramil Madriaga to be able to explain the ambiguities which might be identified by the justice members in his affidavit, no? May affidavit si Madriaga kung ano man doon ang medyo malabo or malabo sa part ng ating mga justice members as investigators, they need to be clarified for them to be guided in the determination of probable cause, no? So, for example, meron siyang allegations dyan about confidential fund na di umano ay binigay sa kanya ng mga security officer, dineliver sa, one is in Laguna, the other one is in a bar, tapos meron pa sa ombudsman. Medyo kailangan ng mga clarificatory questions dito. And I anticipate that there will be questions which will be raised by the justice members in as far as how these incidents happened, no? How this amount of money, which is describing in the duffel bag, were actually delivered to the 3 locations that he mentioned in the affidavit, no? Important also is, sino ba yung pinagdalhan niya doon? So, that is one part of his affidavit, which I think need to be clarified by the justice members, no? But nevertheless, it is only to give clarity to the testimony which has been given already by Madriaga by way of his affidavit, Christian. And we are guided, of course, by the fact that the purpose of this proceeding is only to establish or to determine the existence or non-existence of probable cause. And that is why this should be a clarificatory hearing only. On the basis of the affidavit of Madriaga, what are ambiguous, ano yung malabo, what needs to be clarified, and that should be the subject matter of the questions to be raised by the justice members.
Okay. At that level, can you also test the credibility of Madriaga? And if, let's say, the committee finds him not credible, especially his allegations, pwedeng hindi siya, pwedeng ichapuera siya?
Alam mo, Christian, for us to be able to determine the existence of probable cause, we really need to touch on the credibility of the witnesses. Diba? Because how can you say that the allegations constitute already probable cause when the witness is not credible? Parang hindi siya logical, no?
Yeah.
What is important is in this proceeding, in verifying the allegations in the complaint, which necessarily will touch on the credibility of the witness, huwag kang lalampas doon sa determination of probable cause. Because the standard of this proceeding is only the determination of probable cause, which is entirely different doon sa standard na hinihingi ng Senate during trial. Because in the Senate, what needs to be established already is the guilt or the innocence of the respondent. Because the decision is either acquittal or conviction, no? Ito iba. Ang hinahanap natin dito is just the sufficient reason, the justifiable ground to be able to proceed to trial. Justification to proceed to trial. That is how probable cause was defined in the past impeachment cases, no? So, balikan ko yon, itong proceeding na ito, ginagawa natin to test the veracity of the allegations in the offenses, which will necessarily touch on the credibility of the witness, so long as the standard which is being set is only the determination of probable cause, no? I know I am sounding so technical, but yeah, what we really wanted to point out is ito pong proceeding na ito ay para tingnan kung may sapat na dahilan upang umusad ang impeachment papunta sa trial ng Senado.